That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm holding 25 brains. Mini brains.
Mini brains.
The brain is arguably the most important organ in the body, but it's also a huge mystery. We still don't completely understand how brains develop, and unfortunately, how they weaken and deteriorate. Part of the reason we've had such a hard time unlocking those secrets, most experiments have been on brains of animals and the deceased. Not exactly the best way to understand how our brains work and break. But scientists have developed a radical solution. Grow living human brains.
You know, it looks like some piece of dirt or just a little piece of tissue.
Or like a chia seed.
Right. We cut them open and look at them under the microscope. They have all the characteristics of a growing fetal human brain.
This is Dr. Howard Fine. He is one of the first to use these lab-grown brains or organoids as a research tool. His mission? Cure brain cancer.
This is one of the most, if not the most deadly of all human cancers, and we need to do better. We realized that if we could grow mini brains, it may actually be a much better way of predicting drugs that will be effective in the clinic for our patients.
These things don't actually think, not yet, but they do grow and respond to drugs like living brains. Doctors can even infect organoids with cancer and see how tumors develop without risking a human life.
So right now, you could take a skin cell from me and grow a mini brain of my brain.
Yes.
That is
Pretty
wild.
neat, huh?
One way to grow a mini brain in the most basic terms, you take adult skin cells, do some genetic gymnastics to turn them into stem cells, bathe them in a solution that acts like blood, incubate at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 weeks, and you end up with this.
There's got to be some hurdles along the way here. It almost seems too easy the way you're describing it.
It's been remarkably easier than I might have thought. And again, I think it's because we're just allowing nature to do what nature does, and we're just giving the right conditions.
When the brains emerge, they're similar to that of a 20-week-old fetus.
As a doctor, as a scientist, this excites you about the evolution and development of these mini brains. But to a lot of people, it may scare them to think that, you know, brains are being grown in petri dishes.
Right, but they'll never be standalone thinking entities that we worry about for ethical and other reasons hurting or destroying.
Brain cancer is just one application of organoids. Labs can also grow livers, kidneys, colons, and hearts. Studies around the world are looking at everything from schizophrenia to stomach cancer. And at Yale, organoids are being used to find the causes of autism.
If you can identify what the cause is or what the mutation that happens, you're then one step closer to finding possibly a cure and preventing that from even maturing.
Exactly. This is really the first time that what we're doing is having so much of a potential impact in patient care.
Even though these are landmark studies, there is still plenty of room for improvement. The human body is a complex network where organs, tissue, and blood are all interconnected and impact each other. The most ambitious application of this technology would be interconnecting all of these organoids to create the best model of a human body in the history of medicine.
If you're interested in diseases that involve this complexity, then you need a complex model.